Hi, friends, and welcome to day 9 of the Transformation SparkOff. And the theme for today is developing a spiritual practice. As always, a reminder our perspective is the same. So, we are going to explore how developing a spiritual practice or having a spiritual practice in our life on a regular basis powers a life of transformation, allows us to live a life of design, allows us to share our life purpose, to live according to our value and vision. Yeah, so this is the perspective. And the second thing that's important is defining a spiritual practice in our context. So a spiritual practice is any practice that is done on a regular basis with the intention of experiencing two powerful aspects. One is that we are able to really feel that we are part of something that's larger than us. And the relationship between the larger and us is that of part and whole. Yeah, so that's the first aspect. And then the second aspect is that everything that lives, all living beings, have the same connection of part and whole. And so, to that extent, all living beings, all of us, are connected. So, when we have a practice on a regular basis that allows us to experience these two aspects, that then becomes a spiritual practice. And the what comes out of that spiritual practice? One is a feeling of safety, that we are safe because we are connected to something. We're not just lonely, or we are not anchorless. This serves as roots so that we can then reach for the stars. We can take our vision and propel ourselves to heights. So that's the first thing, that we feel that safety. The second thing is there is a great empathy that arises, which is that everybody is connected and everybody is fundamentally one. So then, when there is no separation of me and the other, there is this feeling of empathy. We have then an understanding how everybody works, because it would be similar to how we work. And then the third thing that happens, so the first thing is safety, the second thing is empathy, and then the third thing is that then our existence is no longer purposeless, right? We are not just here hanging out for no reason. We are a vital piece of the massive jigsaw puzzle. Our being here has a purpose, and our being here makes a difference. So when we experience these three, whether it's insights or emotions, however we receive it, that then powers our life of design, powers our transformed life. It gives us the juice, it gives us the validation that our truth, our life purpose has a place in the larger scheme of things. Yeah, so that's how we define it. Now, the mechanics. As we said before, the form and format for sure are unique to each one of us. So some people experience spirituality when they run. There is a moment where runners call it the zone, where the sense of separation just completely disappears and they become one with the act of running. And people who paint, people who have music, people who cook have experiences of the same kind. So the way that you experience a spiritual practice might be completely different. It might even be as simple as the practice of day 1. Now the cycle completes and we go back. The practice of the first day, where you sit down, you close your eyes, and through your breath, you can connect back into the source, back to that feeling of oneness. That could be your spiritual practice. This is your choice, and in that is completely unique to each one of us. Yeah, so it isn't a ritual in that sense. It doesn't require any learning. It's something that comes naturally for you and brings you into that state where you feel those two aspects. One, that you're part of a whole, and two, you're connected then to all other living beings. Yeah? So, keeping it very simple, we are at day 9. Today, your takeaway is also super, super, super simple. Get your journal out, sit down and reflect. Of all the practices that you have experimented with over the last 8 days, which one of them could constitute a spiritual practice? Where is it that you had the experience of those two aspects? Or where is the possibility? Where did you start to get a glimpse? Write that down. And today, when you are doing that practice, then you're going to hold the intention that this then is my spiritual practice, and this is the one that is going to allow me to then feel safe, validated, empathetic. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Keep your questions, feedback, comments coming. I'm over here. I'm happy to respond, turn it around. I'm looking forward to closing this out in a very beautiful way. Tomorrow we'll have a first look at how to bring everything together and starting to build a design for your life. So tomorrow we're going to talk about life design frameworks, and I look forward to seeing you then. Take care. Bye-bye.